Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to the Love Movement. Me, the Musty Man, with my co-host, Toya TC Capri. Now, today is a very, very special day. I consider this guy a friend, part of the family. How we came up together, both retired police officers. But let me tell you a little bit about him. He holds a lot of titles, and he has a lot of accolades. He's the head football coach at Proviso East High School, Maywood, Illinois, 60153.
Pirates?
21 blocks long, 21 blocks strong. He's also the director of security. Is it at Proviso or the whole town?
No, it's just Proviso.
Proviso. And he's also a village trustee and a world-class runner. And we're going to talk about all of that. We got a few questions for him or whatever the case might be. But right now, Toya, what's hot and trending?
This weather. Let's to start with.
Yeah. It'll be 50 Monday, though. So.
I was just going to say I shouldn't get too happy. It might snow next week.
Yeah, you got to still dress well.
But we're going to enjoy it while we can.
Yes, we can. I barbecued yesterday, too.
I did Monday.
Yeah.
You know, this is the type of weather where
also, I want to shout out to my son, Sterling, for his new addition.
Oh, yeah.
He got one, Sir is the oldest, and now he got Sire.
Okay.
So,
Praise
right on, boy.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So, the buzz has been going around about this Freaknik documentary that they're planning to do. Everybody a little nervous there.
It wasn't. It started out good, but it didn't end the way it started out. Not the way we expected it to. Anyway, but
it's gonna be on Hulu, and they haven't released an actual date in which it's going to be released, but it's. They said sometime in 2024. So that'll be interesting. I'm sure some people are nervous and more nervous than others. The playoffs. The playoffs kick off this weekend.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't really understand how it worked, but the Lakers won one game and they went right into it.
Okay.
And other teams have to play two games to get into the playoffs. So it was interesting last night that DeMar DeRozan's daughter was there when they was playing Toronto, and she was screaming. And every time the Toronto shot a free throw, and they missed 18 free throws, they were 78% shooting team.
Okay.
So it's kind of tough. What you think, Pep?
Yeah, I start off with the playoffs in the NBA. I love the Bulls.
Yes.
But go Golden State. Steph Curry. Chef it up, Steph.
Well, chef it up. I'm going with Javon Carter and the Milwaukee Bucks. I had him from in the beginning, and I'm sticking to my guns.
Well, it'll be certainly interesting to see. Very interesting.
Who you got, Toy?
I'm going to have to agree with Pep on this one. I'm sorry. I love Chicago. I'm definitely a Bulls fan, but, the proof is in the pudding.
But I'm going to tell you a story. Golden State was up 3-1.
Okay.
And me and him made a bet. I don't know what he owed me. And then Sterling came over and we made the same bet.
Uh-huh.
Golden State lost that series. They were 73-10.
Whoa. Okay.
And they lost that series to Cleveland Cavaliers in the
So you hoping for a repeat?
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yeah, a repeat to lose. Right. Exactly. I get what you said.
Okay.
So whatever we bet it, Pep, we can bet it again. I don't know what it was, but we could bet it
So
again.
he could owe you double time.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Okay. And what about the, I don't know if you guys heard about this, the Fed Now app being released. It's basically like the government's version of Cash App. It'll be released in July. Okay. And there's been mixed reviews about it's assumed that it's one more way for the government to keep their nose in our business, because how it's designed, or how it's supposed to be designed, is any purchases you make virtually or through digital currency, it's going to funnel through Fed Now, which is owned by the Federal Reserve, and then it goes through your bank, and then through whatever vendor you're trying to purchase from. So they're going to be positioned to track everything that you're buying.
Oh, wow.
Forward.
Yeah, well,
That's alleged. I'm not sure that's how it's going to work, but it's alleged that that's how it will work.
They know everything about us anyway with these phones. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, definitely with artificial intelligence, you got to watch that. AI is, is discrimination against jobs with all of us and not including us with positions and the data that they feed inside the artificial intelligence is just unbelievable. So the government going to be the government.
Okay. Yeah, without a doubt. So, I mean, these phones, people buying these tollway tickets and all, they know it where we are anyway. So,
yeah,
it's just another form of it. That's all. But anyway, now back to you, Pep. We retired police officers. How many years did you do?
25.
25.
Ooh,
I did 31 in the law enforcement. I was 2.5 as a dispatcher and 28.5 as a cop.
Wow.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. But now, since you retired, Pep, you the head football coach at Proviso East.
Yes, sir.
And one of the things a lot of people asked me said, well, Chris, what do you think about them naming Miss Kelly as the stadium after Miss Kelly? I said, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't understand how it happened, but this is your second round as a football coach, as a head football coach. And you've had a lot of players go to the league and go to college, and
yes, sir.
You had players, all over the place and at different colleges everywhere. What is your take on Miss Kelly being named after the stadium being named after her?
She's a pillar in our community, and I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be named after her. We could talk about the Ray Buchanans of the world, the Ray Niskis, people who actually show blood, sweat, and tears on the field. But if we're looking at it from a community aspect and who does what in District 209 in our township of Proviso, then it's almost like drop the mic with Miss Kelly.
Hands down, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you're in the recruiting stage. What are you doing to develop your football team? Where are you getting your players from? How does those program works, those feeder programs and stuff like that?
Well, right now, a lot of our feeder programs are in transition. COVID really affected us. Like you said, the first time, this is my second go round. The first go round, it was beautiful. We had the Bucks, we had the Will Crowders, the Corey Coopers, the Darnell Swanigans. We had everybody. So those type of kids aren't in the feeder programs, but we were able to develop them within the feeder program. I ran the feeder program and the Proviso East football program. We ran the same offense, the same defense, the same schemes. And those kids coming in, they were our future. And we developed them, and we had some success in the playoffs. And we got a lot of kids in college and a few kids that had NFL shots and one that really developed. So, you have to bring that type of stuff back. It's all about relationships. I really think we've been hindered by COVID, but we can't use COVID as an excuse. We have some young coaches on our staff that have been developing our kids through the off-season programs. I've been working with some of the quarterbacks doing their lunch periods and doing some chalk talk. We really have some smart kids in our program. So we'll see. I'm real competitive. I'm the type of guy that I don't like to lose in checkers. And the only person I know that ever beat me every time, and I can't say anything about, is rest in peace Frank Peppers. He beat me in checkers my entire life, told me off. And his last few days of life, he wanted to play me in checkers. And I said, "Nah, Granddad, I can't take no charity wins."
That makes sense. Now, Pep, tell us who influenced you, or where did you get your determination and your football skills from to even have a desire to be a head coach? That takes a lot right there.
You always give God the glory, and thank you, Jesus. It's gonna sound weird, but my wife, Yes, sir.
Why should it sound weird? You married to a Nubian queen, a Nubian princess, and her name is Sean Peppers. Why would that? But it's interesting.
Hey, see, when I came home from college, I had my mind made up. I was coming home. I was gonna live in River City. I was gonna have me a slick little sports car. I wasn't messing with no kids. I was gonna be a real adult. And all that changed through Sean Peppers.
There you go.
She was the camp counselor at the Maywood Park District, and I wanted to be around her, so I became a volunteer camp counselor. Mr. McBella started a program with the Mighty Mice and asked me did I want to be one of the coaches. And I said, okay. So I got the little 5 to 7-year-olds and their moms up there. They just want to see their babies in the uniform. And then everybody telling me, well, don't worry about wins and losses. Just make sure the kids understand the game and teach the game. I said, okay, I'm going to teach the game. We're going to win, though. And that was it, CB.
That was it. Well, Pep, also at one point in time, you was in charge of the Bucks program.
Yes, sir.
And you were very successful with the Bucks program. And I remember one time I was at a game and the Bucks marched in, boy, they was like, I was like, look at these little fellas. He got them like a little army, trying to run things and stuff. And what was that experience like?
It was unbelievable. When I started off, I didn't get a lot of help within the program, but I tell people all the time, you never know who's watching. So one of the coaches that I really watched was Jesse Ingram. Ingram had his team on point. Military kids, yes sir, no sir, helmets under the right arm, straight line. I was like, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. And so I saw what Ingram was doing and I emulated it and put my own spice to it. And the rest was history. It was fun. It was fun. And my wife was involved. She had the cheerleaders and then my son come up through the ranks as a player and my daughters were cheerleaders. It was a whole family and community thing. And we're really trying to get that back. It's there. We just have to keep it going. Hopefully through the camps that we have with the non-profit organization we have with Jazz Pep football, we can keep that going in the summer and just ride that momentum through that.
No, you have a lot of titles. How do you compartmentalize that and have a life?
I was just sharing this story. The thing about it, your body will tell you when it's time to take a nap. Mm-hmm. So I never fight that.
Right.
Whenever my body say, hey, dude, slow down, take a nap. Because like today, I got up at 4:30 this morning. I did my normal regimen with my workouts. Finished my workout.
What, you lift 400 pounds?
No, I'm still lifting pretty good. I can still lift 300. Big Pep could lift 400, but I can still lift 300.
Oh, okay.
And I still run and do all that. So I get all that in, and then I start my day and make sure provides us safe with our kids and our community. And to God be the glory for the team that we put together and protecting our kids every day.
Wow. Yeah, we're going to get into that. But you said Big Pep. Is Big Pep, is that one of your influences, Big Pep?
Yeah, we're going to try and keep him in his box because Big Pep was huge. He, I'm going to tell you how strong I was, CB, when I was that big. I would go in the weight room. And, you see people stretching and getting on the Stairmaster, warming up, getting the sweat going, getting the lava going. I didn't do that. I would walk in LA Fitness and I would put 315 on the bench. I would get up under it. I would do it 12 times with no spot. And then after I do 12 reps of 315, now it's time to work out. And you can attest to this because when we went to Michigan State and we had them people telling me I couldn't lift more than the football players and do that 250 more than Ray Lewis and all them in that NFL camp thing. And when I clowned them down there, you were there. You remember.
Those were good times. So, but at the end of the day, man, that's a hell of a responsibility for these kids. And you got them not only on the sports side, but you also have them in the school. You're the director of security at Proviso East High School. And we've been having a lot of school shootings. How can I say this? What program do you guys have in case you have an active shooter?
Well, we just had training on that. I did a PowerPoint and a threat assessment with our Institute Day within our security. I did a PowerPoint active shooter at the beginning of the school year. The thing about it is you have to be aware and build relationships. You can't take anything for granted. The first thing I did with our security team is I had to get their attention. Don't get lax indoors. Why do you have that door propped? And then I would just show them why it was dangerous. Why they sitting there and they on their phones and this and that. I just walk through the door and come up on them. I say, I didn't hit you 3 times and now I'm in the building. And they just look startled. And I say, well, this is real life. So, let's use everything we have. Collectively we can protect the kids. But if we have any lacks, anything can happen. So let's tighten up. And so, you show them the things. And then the respect comes from being a 25-year police officer, former SWAT team member. So they respect that. And it's part of leadership. I'm not the guy that's going to be on the sideline and tell you what to do. No, I'm going to show you what to do. And the direction that I'm going to show you is I'm going to be a hands-on guy. I like being on their level because I've always learned from that level.
Okay. Yeah. And so with that, you have a lot of situations that's going around the school where there's unrest on the teacher side because they're having a problem with some of the board and some of the with the superintendent or whatever the case might be. What is the state of District 209 as a whole? What is the state? How's the teachers feeling? How's the board doing?
Well, right now there are boundaries right now. There is separation. But collectively we have to get through that. And my thing is this, I'm a politician. I don't, if you'd asked me 30 years ago or 15 years ago, or maybe 10 years ago, I'd have told you, man, ain't no way in the world I'm doing that, man. You know how we were on the force. We ain't even like delivering them political packets. And that was one of the first things I made sure we went digital with. But anyway, it's just, you have to listen, in every aspect of life, you have to listen. We all have opinions, but collectively we can all have solutions. So let's not point fingers. Let's look in the mirror. That's one of my mantras. Just look in the mirror and assess yourself. And if you want something to be changed, well, let's change your heart.
Hey, listen, 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. Call in to the Love Line if you have any questions for Pep or myself or Toya Capri. Give us a call. So, Pep, this how are the kids responding to your leadership?
Oh, okay.
In the building?
That's a great question. They gave me a nickname.
The kids.
The kids gave me a nickname.
Not your security team.
No, the kids. Okay, the kids. And the security team uses it as
they tease you with
it.
Okay.
The kids call me Super 12.
What the hell is Super 12?
Super 12. That's the super cop. So Super cop.
Super cop.
So
how did you get that name? Where did that name come from, Pep? What little kid gave you that name? It wasn't a group.
No, it was a group of some, as I call the shorties in the building. Now, one of the ways we came strategically to change the whole temperature and make the building secure and stop our kids from doing things that they shouldn't be doing in bathrooms, we work from the inside out. So Super 12, so to speak, always was in the bathroom. I told all the security to be in the bathroom, bell ring in the bathroom. We get the hallways in the bathrooms, be in the bathroom. So every time the kids come in there and they try and do something they shouldn't do, and they look, oh man, this dude everywhere, man. Do you ever go home, man? Do you have a life, man? I thought you was the football coach. Why don't you just get the players on the field?
You're doing too much.
Right, all that.
So how do you go from being the Super 12 to being the disciplinarian?
That's an easy transition because the thing is, you always have to have discipline. You have to have discipline in life. You have to be a disciplinarian. It's real simple because, like in football, you come in the locker room. You know what the practice schedule is. I don't have to tell you to warm up. You know what it is? Because if you don't, then Coach Pep gonna introduce you to the Pep Zone, and a lot of kids don't want the Pep Zone.
What's the Pep Zone? Since you mentioned
Yeah, what's the Pep Zone?
The Pep Zone is how I'm feeling that day and how you perform, and we're gonna handle all discrepancies.
Okay. Okay.
That's the time when you don't play no games. Is basically what you said.
You say I tell teachers all the time, and they have one of my players in their classroom, and they're giving them a hard time. You know, I say, oh, okay, well, just let him know if he doesn't comply in your classroom, he got Pep Zone. And the teachers would tell me, oh my God, what's the Pep Zone?
So where you don't want to be.
Now, do you have a good relationship with the deans and the assistant principals and everybody?
Oh, yes. We don't have deans anymore. It's just assistant principals, but the administrative staff with the APs and also the principals, unbelievable. Mr. Hall has great leadership and the team is dynamic. We can't do what we do as security without that team supporting us. And that's amazing. We had a meeting the first day of the Institute Day, and those guys have been tremendous ever since.
Listen, this is a true story. Pep used to work in the lunchroom, and he made sure his chair was sitting by the end of the door, and he would open the door and see me in my office, and he said, I want that job. I want that job. And that's so funny. You remember that, Pep?
Yeah, I remember that.
I want that job.
I had that job for 8 years.
Yeah. So he eventually got it when I got a promotion at the police station, and now you have another young man that has that job.
Oh yeah.
Talk about him a little bit.
Well, he's special to us.
Yeah.
We started off with Carl Joe, so that's little Carl Joe.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah. So CJ, Officer Patterson, I call him CJ. He has one button. It's go. One button and it's go. He listens. He leads. He's tremendous. I mean, if you think about the police counselors that we've had in our community, from Jesse Ingram, Chris Brown, Corey Cooper, myself, Carlos Patterson,
Rich Bullock, don't forget.
Oh yeah, we gotta get Bullock. Rest in
Yeah,
peace. Yeah.
yeah.
So, we've had a dynamic team, great opportunity, the empowerment of the leadership that we've had and touching our kids. It's just been tremendous. It's a blessing. It's truly a blessing.
Now, do you have is Cook County still in the building now?
Oh yeah. We still have Cook County in the building.
What's you got Green still there? Is Green still there?
No, we have Officer Jones.
Okay.
When me and you that we had Sam Corey, and I remember Officer Corey used to always tell me, "Hey Pep, man, I ain't gonna be doing all that you doing. You, hey, but I got all the reports, and I made sure I gave him something to write."
Officer Corey, bless his heart.
Oh,
He's
yes,
still
my
with
guy.
the county too.
Oh,
yeah. Now, tell me this: you got Donnie Boyce and Sherelle Ford on your security team. Tell me what their influences and how do they help you make it an easy and smooth transition.
Well, Donnie's not with us this year. He wasn't with us from the beginning, but Sherelle is there. And I tell you what, Corey Cooper, Big Coop, used to always use this type of example. Athletes know how to respond and make decisions in crunch time. So with Sherelle, we have a relationship, and I use a lot of sports terminology, a lot of basketball terminology. I might say, who's the weakness, who you want to put into action. You understand that type of terminology. Okay. And then he'll say, well, if you're looking at it from that aspect, I'll put this guy in action. I say, okay, so that's our weakest link. So if we know that's our weakest link, we got to support our weakest link. We got to take the weakest link and utilize what the weakest link can do, and don't stress on what they can't do. Let's utilize them for who they are and what they can do. And then we strengthen everything else around them. So that relationship with Mr. Ford is great. And I really appreciate him being a member of our security team.
Okay. So
how do you or have you leveraged your experience as a police officer with your position as a security director?
Yes, it actually was an easy my myself. I think the last 2 years of my career, my supervisors, they were trying to write me up for not wearing a vest. And tactically, I understand, being a former SWAT team member, you should always wear your vest as a police officer. So I had a lot of officers getting mad at me, wear your vest, wear your vest, wear your vest. I had supervisors ready to write me up, this and that. And then they say, oh, we're going to talk to Sean. We're going to get this. Sean going to get you to wear the vest. And then as soon as they talk to Sean, he won't listen to me either. So I did have my ballistic tactical vest in the squad car with me. And then people would be like, well, how you going to get to it, this and that? And then I would respond with, hey, you guys worried about me protecting my heart. What somebody shoot me in the head? I mean, we don't have a vest for that. And they all pause like, why would you say that? I say, man, God got me. God had me all this time, but don't y'all worry about me. I'm gonna be all right. I made a decision. So when you don't have that type of vest on, you don't have that type of mentality. So when I go into the school with the kids and this and that, I listen. I listen to what's going on with them. I listen to their needs, understand their needs. We really need a lot of help in our community with our kids, just in relationships. We have a lot of dynamic kids in our community. But we just really need to listen to them. It's a lot of talent there. So you build that relationship and that trust, and it's imperative to be successful.
Now, do you go visit the schools and go visit the elementary schools and the park districts with their programs that they're running?
I let Officer Patterson do that because he's the SRO in the school, and then we share the information and strategically plan things.
Okay, that'll work.
So with the children, I know you mentioned that it's important to listen. So what do you find as like a common theme when you have problematic children, as far as, what type of feedback are you getting from them, or what are you recognizing? Is it issues at home? Is it just simply, them trying to find their own way, or what do you find as a common theme?
Well, Chris will understand this one. Actually, I looked at him, Corey Cooper, Sonia Horn, Larry Connor, all these great leaders that I used to work with. The thing was, the kids just wanted attention and they wanted to eat. It was real simple. You feed the kids, and then, just like anytime you sit down with your family, the communication over a meal is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So we would break bread with the young men, the young ladies, and then we'll find out what's going on with them. And then that trust and relationship will build over meals. Mm-hmm. And kids always want to eat. So myself, Corey Cooper, Chris Brown, Gould, we always had the grills going.
Oh,
the grills. We went through some grills. Yeah. We went through some grills. Yeah. So I remember, we had a family atmosphere even at the police department. Sometimes we get off of work and we had the grill in the north lot. We get it going, and my phone ringing. My wife asked me, "What time you coming home? Where you at? What's going on?" It was just that type of thing. It was. I really enjoyed my time with Maywood Police Department and the community. That love is just unreal, and the leadership of guys like Chris Brown was unreal. It made you want to be there.
Yeah. 708-223-8953. You got any questions, please call us and talk to Mr. All-Around Pep, All-American Pep. But at the end of the day, Pep, now you hold a position of head football coach at Proviso East. You hold a position of head of security at Proviso East. That's a lot of responsibility. But then you also hold a position within the village of Maywood as a trustee. Mm-hmm. And now we get into politics on another level. Now we get into what's the state of the village of Maywood? Are we growing? Are we going? Are we, what is it? What is Maywood doing?
We're definitely growing, sir. Since I've been there and part of the dynamic team, we are definitely growing.
Okay. In what ways? Tell us.
Infrastructure and sustainability. We brought in LRS. Well, let me start off. I'm the committee chairman for police accountability.
Okay.
And co-chair for infrastructure and sustainability. So when you talk about infrastructure and sustainability, you already see Washington Boulevard projects are going on. They tearing the streets up and giving us something we well needed for some time now. We have Kroger distribution in town, right there at 19th and Maywood Drive through Mariano's. You can go online and get your groceries delivered to your household. You got New Buddy Bear on First Avenue. We brought in LRS, waste disposal in town.
Tell us what that is.
Oh, okay. That's Lakeshore Recyclable Services.
Okay.
It used to be Republic to get your garbage from your waste from your household. So contract with them through our committee, and they outbid it through Republic, and it was just an amazing thing. We saved the village over $3 million, and we've receiving a better service, better product, better communication, better relationship, and to God be the glory.
Yeah.
And that's just the beginning. We're gonna keep going. There's some other things we want to get going. We want to get that corridor on Roosevelt going again. Build that relationship with Loyola over there. We got some stuff we see.
Well, now I understand that you all have a relationship. You got some co-product. Now, how can I say it? That you're working together with the Park District to get the parks redone. And what are you going to do with Fred Hampton?
Well, right now, Fred Hampton, the thing is, we could put a Band-Aid on it for almost like $800,000 or close to $1 million, but it's not going to help the structure. And we're going to be right back where we started next year. So what we need to do with Fred Hampton, we need to redo it. We need to get the funds. We need the patience of our community, and we need to redo Fred Hampton Pool. And I need that done personally, because who Fred Hampton was and is to our community and to me, we need to get that going. And I'll say it like Pepper said, we need to get that cracking.
We need to get that cracking. Okay, well, that'll work.
Do you see or foresee a grocery store coming back to Maywood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
was one of the things that, my mom has been a Maywood resident for over 40 years. And at one point I lived in Maywood as well. So that's one of the things that I think, most of the residents are looking forward to.
Yeah, you tell Mama that I remember going the White Way and walking down the street from 7th.
I remember White Way.
7th and Pine, and they slide your groceries down the conveyor.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the nice lady, Miss Maggie, give me a donut and kept me chubby. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I like to know, you got Kroger's here. Kroger's on Mariano's. Why we can't have a Kroger's or a Mariano's here?
Listen to the love movement.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, it
makes sense.
But it makes sense. I mean, you got the distribution right here.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Mariano is owned by Kroger's, and Kroger's is all over the South and coming further north.
Yeah.
I mean, I would just think that would be a plan that Ray Williams said it's criminal that we don't have a store. It's criminal. That's what Ray said. I got to give Ray on his show too.
It is criminal.
Yes, it is criminal, because look at Aldi's did well, and there was more people coming from other towns into Aldi's, but I don't know what the disconnect was, but it didn't work at the end of the day. But White Way's been sitting there forever and ever and ever. And I think if it just only makes sense to have a Kroger's and not have a Kroger's or a Mariano restaurant.
I agree with you 100%.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Now, so what are some of the things that we're doing to bring industry into the town? More positions like Kroger's.
Well, the first thing we need to do is develop our TIF area and make an attraction for those industries to want to come into our town. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like when I was speaking to one of the trustees before, and the interview process of village managers and this and that, and he states that make it nationwide, make it this and that, and I just pulled him aside, and just told him, hey, what makes you think that somebody wants to come here? We have to make it attractive. We have to beautify it. We have to make it appealing. That's up to us. So everything we do, we have to do collectively, and we have to have the same plan to do that. I mean, you have to make someone. This is like when you date someone, you got to make them want to be with you.
Right.
So what makes us attractive.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to take care of that business. That has to be part of our strategic planning.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it 250%. But this is what's interesting about you. You're involved in all of that because one of the best attractions is a safe school.
Right.
And people are looking at a safe school.
Mm-hmm.
And you are part of the safety of the school. One of the other things people are looking at is Friday Night Lights. You are a part of that.
Listen to the love movement.
Friday Night Lights. And then now they're looking for the village to expand. And you're a part of that.
Yes, Lord.
Pep,
you,
you got a lot of stuff on your hands. And I really appreciate you. Glad that you was able to show up. And we want to thank our sponsors for tonight. Also, and I'm not finished with you. Joseph Lolino, he is Angelito. He is undefeated. Y'all keep him undefeated. Give him a call. 630-688-7511. Club 717, always been supportive. And the Blue Note, they've always been supportive. And we want to thank them for everything they did. Again, shout out to my son Sterling for Sayer. Appreciate you,
Lord.
big boy. That's number 4 for me. 6. That's 4 boys, 6 girls. 2 girls, 6 total. So, but to close out with you, Pep, world runner. Come on, man. World runner. How many races you been in?
Are you counting?
I'm counting
everything?
every race that you ever put.
Oh, wow.
For your first, I think it was downtown. You ran your first marathon.
Yeah, you remember that.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You're right. Yeah,
I was down. And then one time you ran a marathon, and when I was living downtown, y'all ran through my complex.
Right,
You remember that?
I remember that.
So come on.
I would say if I had to give you a number, over 300.
Oh, wow.
Over 300. Yeah, over 300 full marathons, half marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks, 8Ks. Yeah, over 300.
Now, did you receive a medal?
Oh yeah, my whole office is off the chain with medals. I don't have any more room in there, and whenever we do leave that house, I'm gonna pay somebody to take all those medals now because it's unbelievable.
Okay, so 300 races, 300 medals. How many times have you been out of the country?
At least 9 or 10. The highlights would be
Name them.
Madrid, Spain, Ireland, Chengdu, China. Where else? Chengdu, China.
You need me to ask Sean because I bet
No. Sean actually would know. But hold on.
But yeah, figure it out.
Right. I got you
Because,
right.
I mean, that's amazing in itself, my man.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, go ahead. Get it to
Okay. Madrid, Spain, Liverpool, England, Mexico City, Dublin, Ireland, Montreal, Canada, Chengdu, China, Panama City, Panama, and Oaxaca, Mexico, and Cancun, Mexico.
Man, that's amazing.
International.
Now, let me ask you this: were you invited to those places, or this is something that your desire, something you wanted to do?
It was actually something I wanted to do. Well, as we all know, Big Pep, we trying to keep him in the box. I was overweight at some point in my life, and kind of got comfortable with it, and then I just started challenging myself. I said to myself, "Hey, you always pushing these kids, Coach Pep. Coach Pep, why don't you get up off the sideline and get it together?" So I did, and I've been coaching myself ever since, and it's fun. It's fun. I mean, to actually have an opportunity to go to these countries and do all these races within the state, being part of run clubs, and then looking at it, I actually have to tell you this again. Sean Peppers got me back running. Yeah, it was when you saw me running, and I was running the Chicago marathons, and I did it twice. And I was like, okay, I had done that, and I stopped. And so I remember my wife started running, and she started running 5Ks, and she asked me to come out, and I went out and some race. I don't want to say the wrong name on it. It was like a rainbow race. They throwing this powder on you and all this and that. And I'm like, man, don't get away from me with that. Don't throw that stuff on me. So after that, I said, okay, I can run races and do this and that. And then I just took off. My wife always tell me, you take something and just do the most with it. You just can't be like everybody else.
That's
you
right.
got to do the most.
If you don't do the most, you wouldn't be who you are, huh?
Appreciate that. To God be the glory.
Yes, sir. And listen, this got to be exhilarating too. Not just to, it don't matter what place you come in, but to finish.
It's a journey. It's a journey. Every mile has its own journey within, and it tests your body, your intestinal fortitude. You know, you'll get to 8, and you running a 13.1 mile race. You get to mile 8, and then all of a sudden, you'll get to mile 8, and you'll say to yourself, "Oh man, I can't do 13." And then a little voice go off in my head and be like, "You knew what this was when you signed up for it. Let's go."
223-8953, 708-223-8953. Pep, tell us, leave us with some solid advice. Leave us with some words of wisdom.
Okay. I'm gonna start off with this. The first words of wisdom I give you is prioritize your time, listen to your body. And with that being said, I have, what's today? Today, Thursday. I have 9 days left in my master's program.
Ooh.
And I say this again. Corey Cooper, Sonia Horn, Chris Brown, and Larry Connor. All you guys showed me the way. And now, 9 days left in the NBA program, and coming out of there, throw up your L's for the University of Louisville.
Okay.
We keeping it Cardinal, and we'll get our master's from the College of Business and Public Administration. And what it does, it keeps you educated, you learn, and you know how to strategically plan. So to leave you with the things that you need to do. First of all, you need to make sure everybody's included. Don't show discrimination against anybody because everybody has talent. I don't care how they look, things of that nature, and I would also tell people, don't be lazy. Love yourself and push yourself in all aspects of life. It's important. Some people don't have the blessings to walk, chew food, but we are blessed. Mm-hmm. Every day we wake up is a blessing. So love someone, bless someone, reach one, teach one. It's up to you.
That's why we call this the love movement. And in closing, I just want to let you know, treat people the way you want to be treated. Amen. And at the end of the day, never give up. This is the love movement with my friend Toya. Thanks, Pep. Appreciate you, big bro. That was great.
You got that right there. What did it say?
Put it down. Just got dressed, need something to get into.